Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff White, Jeff White Fitness Solutions. Thanks for checking out this video today. And there's a lot of talk. I'm in the United States, and there's a lot of talk about prices are going up and things are getting more expensive. And when is inflation going to go down? And people are they're tired. They're fed up. They want to know what's going on. Well, there are a lot of factors involved with inflation, but this is a story, or this is a topic that really needs people's attention, but it's not being discussed in mainstream media. So I would honestly say 95% of people out there have no idea this is going on. But basically, it's like this: the Reserve Bank of India is now accepting rupees or their own currency to settle transactions. Now, this is important because previously those transactions were settled in dollars, American dollars. But India, China, Russia, and a few other countries are slowly moving away from the dollar. Now, we can get into the reasons why, but that's not the point. The point is, these countries are moving away from the dollar. When they do that, the demand for the American dollar decreases around the world. It decreases its purchasing power. That means things will get even more expensive. Again, this is a huge story. It's not being discussed, but this is going on right now, literally. And people have no idea, and it can get a whole lot worse. Now, of all the stories that are out there right now that people need to be aware of, I believe this is the biggest one. Saudi Arabia plays a huge role in the American dollar. See, Saudi Arabia and the United States created the petrodollar deal back in the mid 1970s, where all oil around the world had to be purchased in dollars. See, that basically created an artificial demand for the US dollar. If you want to buy oil, you had to buy it in dollars. Well, now Saudi Arabia is very close. I don't know when it can happen. It's possible. But it looks like Saudi Arabia is very close to joining the BRICS nations. If they join the BRICS nations, there is a very, and I mean very good chance they could end the petrodollar deal and start selling oil in other currencies. If they do that, no one will really need dollars in the world anymore. Just like that, we could wake up one morning and Saudi Arabia can announce that the petrodollar deal is over, and the economy in America, I believe, would collapse. And I say it would collapse because the value and purchasing power of the dollar will plummet. It's just that simple. This is a huge story. If there's no demand for the dollar, its purchasing power decreases and everything gets that much more expensive. This isn't talked about in mainstream news, and that's very unfortunate because we need to know what's going on. You don't want to be blindsided by this. So when people say inflation is up and I don't understand it, and they want to blame the president of the United States or the president of Russia, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that we just aren't told. Now, see, guys, mainstream media is not talking about this. It's like they want to keep us in the dark, but this is so important. So they're not going to tell you anything, so you have to be proactive. And here are a couple of things that we can start doing right here. First thing you have to do is you have to be paying close attention to what's going on the other side of the world. Watch Saudi Arabia. Do your own research and see if they are thinking about joining BRICS. If they join BRICS, the dollar is in serious trouble. So if they join the BRICS nations, then the value of the dollar will decrease and things will get more expensive. So that means you want to stock up on things now before they get even more expensive. Everything you can think of: food, water, medicine, everything, clothes, whatever you think you need and use, start buying it now, because if it gets more expensive, what are you going to do? Next, you have to get gold and silver because gold and silver are real money and they'll retain their value when the dollar crashes. Physical gold and silver are the key to surviving if inflation gets out of control and the dollar crashes. And last but certainly not least, buy assets and start generating multiple streams of income. If you can generate your own income, that will help you withstand the economic catastrophe that could be coming our way. But don't take my word for it. Please do your own research and see for yourself. But at the very least, start stocking up on food and supplies now before things get too expensive.